Get behind me, Elmo. I'll keep you safe. Sesame Street is officially dead. Cookie Monster was shot in the back of the head execution style. Big Bird guillotine. Rosita is being deported, and Count Von Count was kidnapped by the CIA so they could do blood tests in order to figure out how Donald Trump can live forever. In order to protect our children from woke propaganda, Donald Trump has drone-striked Snuffleupagus. Now at this point, you may be thinking, Connor, what the f*** are you talking about? Well, Donald Trump has officially pulled funding from PBS children's shows because of woke propaganda. You simply cannot make this shit up. Except this didn't work because Netflix immediately bought the rights to Sesame Street. So I guess Elmo lives, guys, don't worry. Thank you, Netflix. You finally did something right. And of course Netflix would buy Sesame Street. It's an unbelievably profitable IP, which also confuses me as to why conservatives would want to ban that, because that just goes against the tenets of capitalism, right? Like, they're now doing the cancel culture shit they said they hated, but with woke and Sesame Street. They're coming for the kids. Matt Gaetz specifically. Recently, I've been hearing people say things like, how could Donald Trump do this? These aren't the old conservatives that I remember. Except, I guess the entire collective country has short-term memory loss, because I specifically remember in 2012, Mitt Romney ran on defunding PBS.
What are the differences between the two of you as to how you would go about tackling the deficit problem in this country?
I'm sorry, Jim. I'm going to stop the subsidy to PBS. I'm going to stop other things. I like PBS. I love Big Bird. I actually like you too. But I'm not going to keep on spending money on things to borrow money from China to pay for. So that's number one.
Look, man, I love Big Bird. Big Bird's my number one. He's my ride or die. I would fuck Big Bird if I could. But that is gay, which is why we have to pull funding. But let's just say Netflix didn't buy Sesame Street. The market is now open for new children's TV shows to come out. Ones that may have even been inspired by Sesame Street, but don't have any of that woke bullshit. Well, do I have good news for you? Because my good old friend Leigh-allyn Baker, aka Amy Duncan from the TV show Good Luck Charlie, has a brand new conservative children's television show called Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Finally, the gods have answered and I can make another Amy Duncan video. So I just wanted to take this video to talk about Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk. And I just want to see if it's a good replacement for Sesame Street. I apologize for anyone who thought this was gonna be good, but first, what's up? I'm Connor McDowell, and I'm currently campaigning to be People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for the year 2025. If you like this video, or you think I should be nominated, just click subscribe. One subscribe equals one vote for me to be on the cover of People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive issue, and we are less than 300 votes away from hitting 15,000. Thank you all so much for making me feel like such a sexy boy. That's weird. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. For some super sexy movie reviews, you guys can follow me on Letterboxd. And for this week's movie recommendation, I want to recommend the brand new movie from the directors of Talk to Me, Bring Her Back. I had the opportunity to catch an early screening of this at a $5 mystery movie at my local AMC, and I've been really excited for this one, and I could safely say, guys, this movie goes so fucking hard. It's terrifying, it's devastating, it's like funny at times too. It's all around just a really solid movie with an incredible Sally Hawkins performance. So if you like horror films, I highly recommend Bring Her Back, but if you don't watch it. This thing is gonna give you nightmares for the rest of your life. And if you still have it, even though it's a vile hellscape right now, you can follow me on Twitter. Now, you may ask me how I know so much about Sesame Street and why I have a fucking Cookie Monster sitting right behind me. Well, let me tell you. I used to work at Sesame Place, which is a theme park based around Sesame Street, where I played some of the characters. Here's a picture of me with Calum Worthy from Austin and Ally, and here's a picture of me with Drea De Matteo from The Sopranos. God, I could make a whole video about her, so if you guys want to see that, please let me know in the comments. So yes, I would say I'm very fond of Sesame Street. I love Sesame Street. I think Sesame Street is insanely important, and I think that Elmo and Grouchland is the best thing to ever come out of Sesame Street ever. Fight me. So when I found out in my previous video that I made about Amy Duncan that she was going to be doing a Sesame Street ripoff, it's like Zaboomafoo, it's like Blue's Clues, it's like Sesame Street. It's all these things kind of tied together. Now, Leigh-allyn Baker is not the main star of Iggy and Mr. Kirk. That would be Mr. Kirk himself, Kirk Cameron. You know, the teen actor from Growing Pains, the show that everybody in my audience has definitely seen. Yeah, that guy. Fun fact, he's also a born-again Christian and insanely fucking conservative. Like, so conservative to the point where he wasn't able to get acting jobs anymore because people didn't want to be around him. And the same thing goes for Leigh-allyn Baker. She was effectively blacklisted from the entertainment industry because nobody wanted to hear her fucking dumbass anti-vaxxer talking points and the fact that she thinks that gay people are bad and dumb and stupid. If you want more information about Leigh-allyn Baker's crazy conspiracy theories that she's gotten herself wrapped up into, I have 2 other videos on my channel about her that you could totally check out if you're interested. Season 1 of Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk has 5 episodes that are fully made, produced, and put out. That's it. That's the entire season. Now, granted, children's television is very expensive to make in the first place. However, 5 episodes for $1,250,000 is insane. Back when I made my other Amy Duncan video, they had only raised $403,000 of that, but I guess they hit their goal because all 5 episodes that they planned to come out have come out. I watched the first 2 episodes of this, but I'm only going to focus on the first episode. So the Iggy and Mr. Kirk videos are hosted not just on YouTube, but also on the Brave Books streaming service that they created for some fucking reason, Brave Plus. The first 3 episodes are hosted on YouTube. The first of which is sitting at 1,182,000 views. But something doesn't seem right about that view count at all. Because if you look at the like to dislike ratio, there are 1.1 thousand likes and 66 dislikes. For a video with over 1 million views, those numbers seem very low. For example, I'm a small YouTuber, and none of the videos I've made have ever hit 100,000 views. But I've hit 1,000 likes on a video before. So something doesn't seem right here. One of my previous videos that I made, the AI religion video, is sitting at the exact same like ratio. Of course, my video has less dislikes than this one, but that's not a part of the problem. That video has about 15,000 views and has basically the same like to dislike ratio as this video with over 1 million views. So what I'm trying to say is that they almost definitely botted the views on this specific video, which is also proven by the fact that if you just look at the next 2 episodes in the series, they have way less views because the view counts on those videos come up 1,150,000 views less than this first episode did. That's not even to mention the 70 comments that have been left on this YouTube video, which confuses me because if I'm remembering correctly, as a YouTuber, if I was making children's content, I would have to say that I'm making children's content, and then the comments will be disabled so that children can't be groomed in the comment sections of the videos they're watching. You guys remember the Elsa and Spider-Man videos? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is why that was enacted in the first place. So obviously, they're not correctly categorizing their videos on YouTube's interface in the first place, which is a violation of guidelines. I'm not gonna go there. I don't really give a fuck. I have bigger fucking fish to fry right now than a comment section being opened. Now, like I said, I watched the first 2 episodes of this show, but I'm only gonna focus on the first episode, which is called Injured Bird. And if you really are not able to guess what this episode is about, Mr. Kirk and Iggy find an injured bird and they take care of him to bring him back to life. And along the way, Iggy learns lessons about how abortion is bad. Now, okay, so it's not explicitly said that they're saying abortion is bad, but that's what the implied lesson is that children are going to get from this. I'll explain more about that when we get to it, but let's just start the episode.
Who's that knocking at my door?
Let's go!
Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Spend all day in the treehouse playing Iggy and Mr. Kirk.
This show cost $1,250,000 to make. And you're gonna tell me that they couldn't hire someone to make a better song or a better animation to go along with this? This is one of the worst intros to a children's television show I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. This is ugly. It's ugly and it's boring. I really hope there are no fully animated segments in this show. That would really suck. Like, their bodies are just so static. Like, they're not moving. Like, this, it just looks like shit. I'm sorry. It doesn't look bad in a sense that the design is terrible. It's not. It's the fact that they didn't want to fork out the money of their over $1 million budget to get better animation for their children's television show. How much are they paying themselves? How much of a percentage does Brave Books take from this? How much money do they think they're gonna make from this TV show that's streaming exclusively on Brave Plus, everyone's favorite streaming service? The thing about PBS is it's publicly funded, which means they're not beholden to the whims of multi-million-dollar media conglomerates. They're just beholden to the whims of the United States president. But because it's publicly funded, they didn't necessarily have to worry about turning a profit. They were able to make good quality children's content that actually taught children things, and not fucking conservative lessons about how God doesn't want you to have an abortion. So now we officially meet Mr. Kirk, who's about to take Iggy the iguana out on a fishing trip, which Iggy has been excited for a very long time. But something goes wrong. A bird is flying around their apartment, I guess, is that what you call it? House? It's a small little space, and we've only seen just a little bit of it, so I'm just gonna call it an apartment. It's a studio apartment that Mr. Kirk lives in with his little iguana friend that was delivered to his doorstep by the mailman. Anyway, eventually this bird ends up flying into the wall or something and breaks its wing.
Iggy, whoa. Hey, wait, that's my blanket. Mr. Kirk, what are you doing? The bird's a robber.
A robin?
Well, yeah, he's robbing us. He belongs in jail.
That's a good joke. Solid joke. Although to say that a bird belongs in jail for trying to steal your worm that you were gonna take fishing, I think is a little ridiculous, Iggy. Alright, let's calm down. The bird does not need to go to fucking bird jail, okay? But I guess that's what the episode's about, right? So now Iggy is upset that Mr. Kirk is not going to take him on the fishing trip anymore because they have to be at the apartment in order to take care of this bird, in case the bird needs anything. So in order to cheer Iggy up, Mr. Kirk calls in his friend, Creative Leigh. And you want to guess who Creative Leigh is played by? Paul Giamatti.
Creative Leigh, can you read me?
10-4, what's your craft emergency?
We have a situation over here at the treehouse. We got a bird that's injured, and we need a place for it to stay.
Copy that. I've got just the thing.
So Creative Leigh's whole bit is that she's super crafty and she's creative. So she's gonna take care of the arts and crafts portion of the show.
Hey, Brave Explorers, I want you to meet my very crafty cousin, Creative Leigh.
Hello, Brave Explorers. I've heard so much about you. It's nice to finally meet you. Okay, guys. I hear our injured bird needs some shelter.
Yes.
Let's get crafty. Now for this craft, you'll need glue, markers, scissors, raffia, finger paints, and don't forget about the box. And start with our markers and draw out a tree branch.
And I gotta say, honestly, it's not a bad craft to teach children, right? Seems a little only applicable in one certain circumstance if you find a bird that has a broken wing, but you know what? Regardless, not a bad craft. I'm trying to be as nice and as charitable here as possible. I actually like the part where they do the little fingerprint eggs and leaves on the tree. I think that's a really cute touch, and it makes it really personal. And then they start talking about how your fingerprints are unique to you, which is a true statement, but this escalates a little quickly.
Creative Leigh, what are those lines your finger made?
Oh, well, those are fingerprints. Hey, did you know that your fingerprint is unique to you and only you?
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's right. No one in the world has the exact same fingerprints.
You know what else is cool? A baby gets their fingerprints even before they're born.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? That's because God designs every part of us, from each hair on our head
Or scales.
right down to our one-of-a-kind fingerprints.
So why do I have a problem with this? Because this is obviously just anti-abortion propaganda made for children. And that's fucking weird, man. Now, yes, they don't say the word abortion, or they don't say that abortion is murder, but these are the bedrock arguments for that specific argument. That is where that argument always ends up. Yes, children learn about God and church, and they learn that God made you and that you're unique. These are not bad things to teach children, but in the context of a vanity project made by a conservative, anti-abortion, anti-vaxxer woman who is trying to indoctrinate children into her worldview because she doesn't like how woke TV shows have gotten for children, that is exactly what they are trying to say with this TV show, specifically this episode. So once the art project is finished, Creative Leigh leaves, and a new visitor comes to the door, and that is Mailman Dan. And Mailman Dan has a special package specifically for Iggy and Mr. Kirk.
Mailman Dan, what are you up to?
Oh, packages. So many packages.
Mailman Dan always brings us exactly what we need.
So what did Mailman Dan give to Iggy and Mr. Kirk? Hold on to your fucking hats, guys.
What could be better than meeting a brave
Iggy, where are you?
Hey, Mr. Kirk.
Are you ready to open our package?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. It's a new Brave book.
These have stories from Freedom Island.
Yeah, this one's called Little Lives Matter.
So in case you don't know, they're reading one of the Brave picture books from Brave Books, who have produced this television show. Which means that Brave Books decided to put an advertisement for their books into their TV show made for children, and then did not disclose that on their YouTube channel. This is literally an undisclosed advertisement targeted at children. This is what the FCC was combating against. This is something that the FCC has combated against for fucking years. That's why bumpers exist on children's television shows before advertisements, so that children know when the show ends and the commercial starts. Even if you own the product, you cannot just put the product in the video and say, oh, look, the new Brave book. This is very similar to what Mr. Beast does with his Feastable bars and his toy line. Yes, he discloses that they are advertisements, but he doesn't put in bumpers, right? Iggy and Mr. Kirk didn't even disclose that this was an advertisement, but it so blatantly is an advertisement targeted at children, which is extremely fucked up, like beyond fucked up. Your primary viewership base is children. They're going to watch this, see that they're reading the new Brave book, and then beg their parents to buy all of the Brave books, which would then increase Brave books' profitability. This show exists not only to indoctrinate children into conservative beliefs, but to also advertise conservative picture books to children. So the comments are opened, they don't disclose that there's an ad in the video, and it's a video for children with an advertisement baked into it, with no acknowledgement that it is an advertisement. But now, of course, nothing's gonna happen with this, but like, you're just like breaking the fucking law, you know? So what is the Brave book Little Lives Matter about? Remember how I said I hoped there wasn't an animated section in this video? Well, here we go. So there's a little bear who doesn't have an arm and his mom loves him. And then one day, Culture the Vulture, that is his real legal name in this television show. So anyway, Culture the Vulture starts telling Mama Bear that her life would be so much better if she just abandoned her child and went and had a free life. And of course, Mama Bear's like, get the fuck out of here, Vulture. I love my son, and my son is better than anything that you could ever offer me. So the boy grows up, still doesn't have an arm, and eventually one day he's climbing trees, and he falls off of the tree. And then Culture the Vulture comes back, and he's like, dude, no one likes you, you should kill yourself. I mean, he doesn't like actually use that phrasing, but that is what he's saying. But then Mama Bear comes in to save the day, and she's like, get the fuck out of here, Culture Vulture. And eventually, Baby Bear grows up to be a big, strong adventurer who travels Freedom Island, which is where all of the Brave books take place, in case you didn't know. Also, this television show also takes place on Freedom Island. And he basically becomes like a folk hero legend, saving people who need to be saved. And then one day, Culture Vulture comes up to Brawny Bear, that's what I'm gonna call him now, because he's not a baby, and I don't remember his name. Culture Vulture walks up to him and he's like, dude, your mom is so fucking old and dumb and stupid, you should just leave her and you would be happier. And then Brawny Bear's like, get the fuck out of here, Culture Vulture. I don't like you. You should kill yourself.
The end.
Even little lives matter.
The moral of this book is the same as Horton Hears a Who, except for the fact that Horton Hears a Who is good, and two, Horton Hears a Who is not some roundabout metaphor for abortion. So because of this story, Iggy learns that he should love the bird, and he devotes the rest of his life to taking care of this bird.
From now on, I'm devoting my entire life to caring for that bird.
That's a message alert from our super treehouse computer, the nicest computer you'll ever meet.
But anyway, this is Maple, and she lives in the treehouse with Iggy and Mr. Kirk. And what does she do? She sets up communication between Mr. Kirk and children so that Mr. Kirk can give children advice. This is a concept that was used on Sesame Street, it was used on Blue's Clues, and both of them do it so much more effectively. But what this show does different is that Maple sets up a live video call so that Mr. Kirk can have an active conversation
how can I help you?
with this child,
Well, I'm
unlike
about
in
to have a
Sesame
new little
Street
sister.
or Blue's Clues, where they're just answering questions or mail. But also, these aren't real children. I mean, they're real children in the fact that they are children that do exist, but they're paid actors. Whereas Sesame Street used real children. But these children are so obviously scripted and told something that Leigh-allyn Baker and Kirk Cameron told them they had to say. So this child is worried that when his new sibling comes around, his parents are going to ignore him, which is a valid thing for a child to be worried about, because it's a thing that happens all of the time. This is a real valid fear that a lot of children do have that I think Kirk Cameron just kind of brushes off and tells him to pray to God, and then the problem is solved.
Can you think of anything good about having a baby sister?
No.
Oh, I bet you could think of some stuff.
I guess I could hold the baby.
Ooh, that's a good one. And you could also teach her to talk?
Oh yeah, I'll have to teach her how to talk and walk and ride a bike and go down the big slide and how to eat ice cream.
Ice cream!
Oh, yes, that's very important. See, Jack, I can tell you're going to be the best big brother. It's a good thing your mom and dad have you to help.
Yeah.
Maybe you could even help change one of those poopy diapers?
Ew, no thank you.
Well, there are some other things that you could help with, I'm sure. And remember, the more you help care for your little sister, the more you're going to want to protect her from anything bad.
Like mosquitoes and spiders.
Or wokeness. You gotta protect your baby sister from wokeness. That's the most important one.
Yeah, I won't let anything bite my baby sister.
And remember, people are made in God's image. So when you care for your little sister, you also make God happy.
Wow, that's right. Good job.
Thanks.
So, how you feeling about having a baby sister now?
So excited. Thanks for all your help, Mr. Kirk. Bye.
That's really all it took? Fucking Iggy being like, yo, you know you can give your baby sister ice cream? Dude, that's crazy. I'm so excited for my sister now. So they go back to check up on their injured bird, but the bird is gone. And they look out the window and they see that the bird is actually a mama bird. And now that the bird is better, she's feeding her children worms. The worms that Iggy was going to take fishing. And now Iggy understands that she was just trying to feed her child. And that's why she stole the worms. So everything is okay. Except this is like the exact opposite thing that conservatives believe in. They don't believe in feeding poor children. You can tell this by their willingness to defund public education, to attack children that can't afford to eat food. They don't want to actually feed children. They don't want to give their worms to other kids unless it's like at a food drive at their church. I'm not bashing food drives, but there are material conditions that we need in this country that conservatives actively oppose that could change what poverty looks like in America for the better. So Kirk promises that they're gonna go fishing tomorrow, and he tucks Iggy in a bed and he gives him a little kiss, and then Iggy sings a really, really bad goodbye song.
Tomorrow we'll be back to face the day unafraid, to learn new things, explore and play, sing and praise. But it's nighttime now, as we lay our heads to rest, feeling grateful and blessed to have this time together, because that always makes it better. Sleep tight, good night.
I love that song. That's a bop. And that's the first episode of Adventures with Iggy and Mr. Kirk. Is it the worst children's television show I've seen in my entire life? No, it's not. But that still doesn't change the fact that it's Christian conservative propaganda made for children, so that they can indoctrinate children into being extremely hateful individuals, just like Leigh-allyn Baker and Kirk Cameron are in their regular lives. They present themselves as these very friendly, nice people. Meanwhile, Leigh-allyn Baker thinks that gay people and trans people deserve to fucking die, basically. She doesn't think that children should be vaccinated. These are dangerous opinions to hold. Like, you are not a kind, caring individual. You may look like it, but you are actually fucking nuts. You're insane! So yeah, while it might not be the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, I have a big problem with indoctrinating children into what I believe are evil ideas. And I'm not talking about gay people, and I'm not talking about wokeness. I'm talking about hatred and bigotry and genocide. This entire episode is about how little lives matter. Meanwhile, the people that Leigh-allyn Baker and Kirk Cameron support are funding and facilitating the genocide of Palestinian children right now. This UN report that just came out said that 14,000 babies risk death from hunger in Gaza because Israel refuses to give them aid. Do those little lives not matter? Do those 14,000 babies not matter? But no, they only care about unborn fetuses that cannot live on their own yet. They care about the optics of looking right and morally correct, when in reality, they are the most morally corrupt individuals on the planet. Now, I'm not talking about you, Iggy. I'm sure you're fine, Iggy. He's a very sweet kid, and I feel bad that these demon people are corrupting him. But what I find confusing is that Mr. Kirk Cameron himself said that homosexuality was unnatural, and yet his adopted iguana son is the gayest little boy I've ever seen in my entire life. Alright, well that's gonna be it for me today. If you like this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe if you think I should be nominated to be People Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive for the year 2025. This week's Funny Boy of the Week goes to Human Roadkill for sending me this meme. If you want to be Funny Boy of the Week, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and DM me a meme or a TikTok or something that you think is funny. And if I think it's funny, then you potentially could be Funny Boy of the Week. You can follow me on all of my other social media, including my Letterboxd and my Twitter. And if you want to become a bigger part of this community, you can join my Discord. The links for all of those are in the description down below. I'm Connor McDowell, and I'm gonna go make a little puppet friend who doesn't hate gay people. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.